Anonymous questions about witchcraft. Part 1. Maybe I'm actually dipping my toes into the impossible for this one, but I'm curious enough as it is. Is shape-shifting something that modern witches practice by any chance? I remember reading a thing about Irish witches being turned into hares, and I've heard that it's usually astral projection or lucid dreaming. I don't know if that's something that practices nowadays, how it would be done, or if it is a closed practice, or if it's just a thing in the witchcraft communities. That is actually a fantastic question, and by no means as silly as it might seem. Shapeshifting is one of those topics that sit right at the crossroads of folklore, magic, and mysticism, so it makes sense that you would find Celtic or Irish stories told of it. Here's the short answer. Physical shapeshifting, like turning into a werewolf or hare, in the material world, isn't something you'd find openly being practiced. But the concept of shapeshifting, well, that's still alive and well, though it is very different from the tell stories we hear. Shapeshifting in folklore wasn't meant to be a literal how-to, but as a way to explain the taboo and uncanny nature of witches. In modern witchcraft, shapeshifting is more on par with astral projection journeying, which is taking on animal forms to go through these astral realms. Meditative and psychologically shapeshifting, which is adopting an animal's traits or characteristics while in that meditative state. Totem fetch work, which is working with animal allies and fetches. Fetches can travel through metaphysical worlds. Think of the Akashic Records and the little foxes from Avatar. Was that Avatar? Masking and glamour magic, changing how you are perceived, but not literally changing form. Shape-shifting practices in themselves are not closed, but a lot of the traditions, shamanic and indigenous traditions around them are. So those methods we don't borrow, for reasons. But I'm not explaining closed practices again to you guys. And the Celtic and Irish myths that you're talking about too are also closed in the sense of their traditional ancestral folklore. Approach with respect. So the bigger picture, or the summary, is spiritual roleplay with real energetic impact, psychological anchoring of animal traits, and astral experiences that feel real but are non-physical. So it's not actual bone-breaking, skin-shedding werewolf transformation.